These guys are getting so much abuse and they've just started their career. Good morning. Good evening. It's good evening my time. I've had a long day. You're gonna see this outfit a lot in the coming days, probably. Not because it's one of my favorites, although, hey, you know what? I do love the shirt. I don't know what's gonna happen. By the time you're watching this, you know more about what has happened than I know currently as I'm filming this. And this has been the case multiple times in videos that I've made in the last year, where some big announcement was coming, and I found myself relatively clueless to what it was gonna result in. Last night by the time you're seeing this, or way back in the past, depending on how far in the future you're seeing this, Macron, the president of France, is going to be announcing something. The cases in Paris have been skyrocketing, breaking records all over the place, not in the way that we want to be, and I guess basically by the government's own logic, they've got to do something. And we've all kind of known something was coming, and that something is pretty much here. So, I have been out filming all morning, a couple of 20 and 20s, and afternoon. I went and I filmed with Girl Meets Glass this morning. Tanisha and I walked around in the 19th, in which we just kind of wandered and enjoyed Bout Chaumont, among other things. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna spend the afternoon in the 17th, which was chronologically what was supposed to be next, with Sam.
Giddy up! Ride 'em high, cowboy!
But why, Jay, you might be asking? Well, my original plan was to film, again, in the regular order, 15 up through 20 this week, or 16 up through 20. I got 16 done. But then, things just kind of changed as the week went on. Van Moof and all, especially with the Van Moof, because I thought that they were showing up on Saturday originally. I had planned to make that video on Saturday, and then it didn't show up till Tuesday. So then I was like, well, I gotta make a video about it on Tuesday, which was fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was great. And trying to find that right balance of I'm a little bit annoyed at them because they definitely did not come through as expected in a number of ways, but also the bike is so great. I love it. I would have written it out today, but of course they didn't give me a lock. Even though I bought one, they didn't ship the lock with the bike, so I can't take it anywhere, and now... So all of that that's really high. So all of that to say, as will come to a surprise to no one who's lived through 2020 so far, my plans for the week just kind of went sideways, but I had already planned to go to the 19th today with Tanisha, to the 20th tomorrow with my friend Janelle, and then Friday, Janelle from all the photography, with Canadian Jess. I've got to start nationalizing everybody's names now, apparently, because I'm starting to duplicate everything. And then Sam came out with me for the 17th today, which was great. The point is, everything was sideways. And then, very last minute, we find out that there's an announcement coming, that curfew's not working, and that something big is on its way. That could mean that nothing changed. There's a lot of rumors. There are a lot of rumors that have floated. I don't know what I buy into. I'm not going to say what I buy into, because I feel like every time I'm well, whatever happens, happens. And here's what I think might happen, and this is how I'm going to respond to it. I'm always wrong. I'm genuinely always wrong. So, I don't want to make any predictions, basically is what it boils down to. But I did think, originally I thought, okay, if they're going to shut us down, the rumor is that the main rumor that's circulating is one that was reported by BFM. We're about to find out how trustworthy they are as a news source shortly, that they're going to be locking us down from midnight Thursday. But if that's the same as midnight Saturday for curfew, it means that tonight is actually this is the last day that I'm allowed out and about. When I heard midnight Thursday, I initially thought tomorrow. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I can make 2 videos today, 2 videos tomorrow. Today I'm actually making 3 videos. This is my 3rd video for today. So if I look a little bit winded, that might be why. But I thought, hey, I'm gonna get this first 20 arrondissements, this first 20 quarters done and in the bag. And then moving on, I need to slow that roll. I need to slow my pace down for sure, because it is slowly killing me. Not even slowly, it's killing me pretty quickly. But then, I figured I'd knock them all out today and tomorrow. And then this afternoon realized, oh no, based on the verbiage they used last time, there's a good chance that they'll lock us down from midnight tonight, which makes me feel kind of not great. So let's talk about that. We've all got to do our part. And to be honest, I shared about this last week. I haven't been that frustrated with most of how things have gone here in France. When we locked down for 2 months, I thought, you know what, I was kind of proud of us for doing it, for hammering it out. I was really good. I didn't see anybody. I didn't break any rules. I stayed within my limits and running and grocery shopping, whatever else, and just stayed inside the whole time. But now, I'm feeling the curfew kind of pushed me a little bit. And I don't know why the curfew was the thing that kind of pushed me a little bit, but it did. And now that we're looking at a total lockdown again, I honestly don't know how I feel. Part of me feels like, okay, here we go. There's a bit of that little bit of adrenaline rush, okay, here we go. Let's just do this. And there's a part of me that's So I did finally order my Switch this morning because I'm gonna need it. Bastards that stole my Switch. But then I can play games with my family at least. And I probably should get set up to stream again here soon. It just changes the whole flow of life that quickly. So I'm mostly prepared. I'm definitely not in a hoarding mentality. I think we're all pretty used to the drill now, right? We're not gonna run into another toilet paper shortage, odds are. But it's more that I've like been able to slowly rebuild like a sense of a social life and get some real human time. And even though my life might lack a little bit of that social time and a little bit of like physical touch and just the proximity that COVID has ruined for us, you know, I've finally found a stride. And I think that's part of the struggle going into this. There's a chance, again, they said, you know, there's no knowing what it's going to be. We're going to find out in a matter of hours. And I could have waited to make this until later, but I wanted to kind of capture the before again, because I do think like talking about it while still ignorant is a very different thing than talking about it once you know what's coming. I think that actually encapsulates the entire year really well, in that we've all been completely blind to what's coming next, what's on the horizon. This whole year has been nothing but just next level layers of uncertainty. The future is always uncertain, but, you know, hot dang, at least we can pretend that it's not. The illusion of certainty or the illusion of some form of security sure is nice. Yikes. So I wanted to just kind of sit down and see how I was feeling and talk to you a little bit. I'm obviously a little bit tired from walking around. I feel good. I had a really good time with Tanisha and with Sam today. I'm really hopeful that I get to see Janelle tomorrow. I'm going to be sad if I don't get to go for a walk with Jess, but you know, we'll come back and we'll figure it out, and in some ways, like, it's like, okay, like, again, I'm trying to spin this in my head and be like, okay, this is a reboot. Let's just take a step back. You know, we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it, but I also don't want to discount the psychological toll of like the isolation and being locked down. And I have a lot of, you know, worries for the future and for the state of the country and the world and everybody in it. All of my friends who have jobs that rely on tourism, and now they rely on, like, you know, within the food industry. And there's so much. What a brutal year. And then it's hard not to think about, well, what comes next? What's 2021 like? And on and on. So I don't want to go down that path necessarily in this video, but I've been thinking about all of that a lot. I've been waking up thinking about it. And it's pretty heavy and I'm pretty tired. And I think it's normal. I think we're all probably thinking about it a fair amount. But I had a good time walking around. I've enjoyed the freedom that we've had for the last few months to go out and to be able to explore. I'm really lucky that I've been able to go make the 80 and 8. And thanks to everybody who's made that possible. Thanks to my patrons. And of course, I'm getting ahead on the patron producers now because I've done 3 in a day. But you guys are producing a lot of videos today, so you deserve all the props. It's just funny because we got to skip to next week. Oh no, we can't even skip to next week because I only planned for until the end of October because I was going to take a break after this. Anyways, but I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. I don't know how it looks. I feel like I've gotten a lot of support for the idea of actually taking care of myself and sleeping and slowing down, which has been very much appreciated. And maybe we'll take a few days off at least after this to just kind of cool down and figure out what comes next. But I want to have enough footage to be able to edit and produce a few more 80 and 8s from lockdown would be nice. So that's kind of the goal. But Elaine Marie O'Donnell is my most recent patron as of just a couple days ago. So thank you very much, Elaine, for becoming a patron and for producing today's video, one of today's 3 videos, the sit down and chat video. I do have a video from Epinette, which had an amazing park, and the fall colors are so wonderful. So at least we got to be outside and enjoying that. I'm really grateful for that. And then, of course, off in the 19th in Combat, which has some really interesting history that I did not know until I did a little bit of research going into it. Like, Paris is just full of so many surprises and so much fun and horrifying history. I didn't mention the gallows in the Combat video, so now you know that part at least, but there's some other little stuff in it. But I just wanted to check in and make this video this evening because obviously it's been a very full day. My feet are so tired, walked a lot. And I just wanted to make sure I checked in, but also not totally overdoing it. And I'll edit those videos here in the next couple days. So anyways, whether or not I add anything to this after hearing what Macron has to say tonight or not, I'll follow up, here in the next day or two with whatever's going on. And if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, now's the time to do it if you're curious about all that, because Kate is going to be writing about whatever he talks about tonight in the newsletter. And so you got a good chance to see a little bit of the behind the scenes scoopage there. If you subscribe to the newsletter, link below. There's always a link below. And I'm always really proud of how she's been putting that together. So that's really good. Anywho, I think that's enough for now. I do have videos to edit. I'm going to try and refrain and only edit this one so that you have this one. And then, yeah, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a bunch of videos where I'm wearing all the same stuff. And I hope you're doing okay wherever it is you are. And I'll see you tomorrow for that. And then I may never leave my room again. And so you'll probably see me in here a lot. Oh, God. I'm just going to sleep. I'm going to hibernate. I'm just going to hibernate for the winter, and we'll see what the spring brings. I'll see you next spring. I was going to drink this on camera because I'm actually really thirsty and then just got into it and totally forgot. But Vitamin Well, thank you for all the drinks. If you want to send me more, they're delicious, and they'll help me have vitamins in lockdown. I need vitamins are good. And these drinks are tasty, too, so... I'm tired. Okay, I'm going to edit this now.